And so today we are examining a critical issue that does not get enough attention here in Congress or throughout the nation: childhood trauma. Childhood trauma is a pervasive public health issue with long-term negative health effects that cost the United States billions of dollars. The science is powerful. Traumatic experiences can injure the developing brains of children, create lifelong impairments to their ability to manage stress and regulate emotions, and significantly increase the likelihood of negative health outcomes. And the reason we are holding this hearing today is that childhood trauma is preventable and treatable. The effects of traumatic experiences can be identified. Damage can be healed, and children who have experienced trauma can become thriving and productive adults. To do this, we need a comprehensive federal approach that recognizes the severe impact of childhood trauma and prioritizes prevention and treatment. Childhood trauma is a nationwide public health issue associated with an epidemic of negative health consequences. We have a significant economic incentive and, more importantly, a profound moral imperative to ensure that our children have the opportunity to thrive and succeed. That is why we are having
Hello, my name is Peyton Barcel, and I am the founder of ACE Aware, ACE standing for Adverse Childhood Experiences.
Hi, my name is Jason Finau, and I am a licensed clinical social worker.
Hi, my name is Adrienne Elder, and I am a consultant with EB Enterprises.
Hey, my name is Tone. I am a licensed clinical social worker in San Francisco, and I work with families with children birth to 5 years old.
Hi, my name is Dan Press. I'm a partner in the law firm of Van Ness Feldman, a Washington, D.C. law firm.
Hi, my name is Whitney Maris, and I am about to graduate with my Master of Social Work degree from the University of Buffalo. And I will soon be transitioning from an intern to a project manager with the Institute on Trauma and Trauma-Informed Care.
Hi there, my name is Irene Van, and I work as a bilingual mental health clinician for Starlight Community Services, which is a community agency in Santa Clara County.
Hi, I'm Jesse Kohler. I work for the Council for a Strong America as an associate on the Fight Crime Invest in Kids team. And I am also the co-chair for the National Trauma Campaign and a board member for the Campaign for Trauma-Informed Policy and Practice.
In my career, I've seen trauma manifest disproportionately among certain groups of people who have very similar things in common, which is that they may have been raised with limited or no access to adequate healthcare and other essential resources that could have mitigated the effects of their traumatic experiences.
When you start to develop a strong trauma lens, you see how trauma and pain and or resilience and strength sort of frame all of the decisions, the experiences, and the stories that people have.
When we talk about trauma, we have to realize that trauma all forms of trauma is not oppression, but all forms of oppression is trauma.
Past experiences may impact somebody's present situation in life because trauma can oftentimes rewire the brain to react differently to situations. Particularly in the case of childhood trauma, the parts of the brain are literally reshaped and can often greatly impact people well into their adult life. For instance, if I heard a loud noise right now, I may not think anything of it, but a child of trauma hears a loud noise and they're set into a fight, or freeze response that people who aren't struggling with that same type of acute stress that comes with trauma wouldn't understand.
Experiencing trauma can have a really tremendous impact on our worldview, how we interact with and see the world around us, how we interact with and see others, and even how we think about ourselves.
I'm truly passionate about this, and as I engage with others, just trying to listen more, talk less, and as barriers present themselves within a community, how we can connect each other. So although I may not be able to solve something, someone else has the answers, and being able to connect has been a very rewarding and also a great opportunity for communities to work together better.
The ultimate protective factor when it comes to trauma is the quality of loving and stable relationships in your life. And I think the question is, how do we cultivate environments where loving and stable relationships can exist?
Something that I think is really important is meeting the person where they're at, right? When in client services, I think it's really important to really go where that person is leading you and see where they're at and not to push further, right? And so that is really being client-centered, being person-centered.
We may not understand completely the other person's experiences. We probably won't understand, and we don't have to be there to listen and to be there to offer support and care and love.
Creating opportunities for people to maintain or rebuild a sense of ability and strength and empowerment and control and worth. Those things really matter in terms of creating a brighter and healthier future for everyone.
If we operated under a trauma-informed system of care, we'd be able to address the core issues that lead to outcomes like homelessness, addictions, mental health crises, and domestic violence.
It would make way for greater accountability to the injustices in our social systems.
So I think for Native American communities, African American communities who suffered colonialism in one case and slavery in another, they're carrying the baggage of those atrocities against them.
I think the world would be a more compassionate, better served place if we had comprehensive trauma-informed care built into our social systems. Oftentimes, trauma survivors feel very alone, and this would ensure a community approach that would leave people feeling uplifted rather than isolated.
When that acknowledgement and that accountability can happen, then we can make way for reparations and resources and more funding, more opportunities.
We'd see a decrease in chronic homelessness and substance abuse. We'd see a reduction in cases of domestic violence, child abuse, gun-related fatalities, and sexual assaults.
Recently, a World Health Organization study found that ACEs cost the United States $740 billion a year in healthcare and other costs, $740 billion. And CTIF calculated it causes about 650,000 deaths. We know how to solve those problems. We know how to reduce those costs. We know how to reduce those deaths through trauma-informed programs.
I got a little bit emotional when I was reading my opening statement because I know where I could have been. I was placed in special ed from kindergarten through the 6th grade. Told me I'd never be able to read or write. And I ended up a Phi Beta Kappa and a lawyer. So it's emotional for me. This childhood thing is emotional. And I've often said it's not the deed that we do to the children, it's the memory. It's not the deed, it's the memory.